They say a person only learns in two ways, one by reading and the other by association with smarter people. Now let's break that down into its two parts, but with the second part first and the first part second. Firstly, the second part, to learn by association with smarter people. The value of learning from someone more informed than you cannot be overstated. Look at any of the great pairings of history. Socrates was mentor to Plato. Aristotle was mentor to Alexander the Great. Ralph Waldo Emerson was mentor to Henry David Thoreau. These lists go on, and you would be blown away by how many greats were mentored by other greats. Robert Zemeckis had Steven Spielberg, and Neil deGrasse Tyson had Carl Sagan. Quote attack! Find someone who is doing what you want to be doing better than you, and listen to them. I have Jeff and Mark, but I like to think of my favorite authors as mentors as well. Which brings us to the second half, the first part of the quote. This is confusing. Secondly, the first half, by reading. Now I should be clear that I don't primarily read to be entertained or to escape. For me, movies fill that void. So this commentary is coming from the point of view of somebody for whom 50 Shades of Grey, Louis L'Amour, and vampire fiction make absolutely no sense. I read to be changed. I read to learn a lifetime's worth of lessons without having to go through them myself. I read to quote attack. I read to learn more about those around me, those who came before me, and to learn more about myself. I recently read in Alexis Ohanian's book, Without Their Permission, about the loss of a family member, and about living to honor their memory at the same time as having that experience of loss serve as a sign that, in video game terms, we have 0 lives remaining after this one. To have learned that lesson in your early 20s, I mean, you hear people say things like, I was fortunate to learn that at a young age, or that some people learn those lessons too late, or go their entire lives without learning them. As humans, one of our greatest advantages, and something that sets us apart from the other animals, is that via communication, we can learn lessons from the stories of others. Quote attack! A reader lives 1,000 lives before he dies. The man who never reads lives only one. I believe that through books, if we can understand, empathize, heed warnings, and learn lessons, or to put it a better way, if by reading we take out of the book what the author put in, we needn't lose somebody to learn those lessons ourselves. I learned from Alexis Ohanian, lives remaining, 0. So make it a good one.